Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about someone who at first I didn't know if I'd be sharing their name, but I think for the sake of backing up what I'm saying, I am going to use her name because she is someone with a large platform, well, multiple large platforms, and she's in an MLM, Pruvit, and she also did adult content. She has a lot of weight on the internet. So today we're going to do a shallow dive into the world of So I take back what I said because due to the nature of what I'll be talking about in this video, I actually do want to keep her anonymous. So I will be muting her name when I say it and covering my face so you guys can't easily guess who it is. Has an Instagram, a TikTok, a Snapchat. Who the f is still using Snapchat? I am judging. I am judging. Didn't we leave that behind? Oh my God, do you have a MySpace too? She also has a YouTube channel. She is a Pruvit Rep who also had proximity to Jessie Lee. May she rest in peace. She was gone too soon. But not only is she a mother, a Pruvit Rep, a content creator, she also is an adult, or was slash is an adult content creator on OnlyFriends. Why is this important? Because she also, on that same account that she uses to post her family to post Pruvit products, she also posted advertisements for her OnlyFriends accounts. Now, I only saw that on her Instagram and her YouTube accounts because they're the same content, and a lot of them had the TikTok watermark, so they were also on TikTok. That's 3 platforms where she also posts pictures of her kids. And to me, I know I'm starting right off with the big shit, but to me that is highly problematic, and I don't think she is ignorant to the fact that this is wrong. And I'm not saying she's doing it to deliberately put her children in harm's way, but I think we need to understand what happens to people when they get kind of a taste of online attention and they can't let it go for anything. Because I don't think that it's possible. I'm the first one to point out that it is wrong and, dare I say, disgusting to have your children on the same platforms where you advertise adult content. Because who's coming to your page for the adult content? Probably males. I'm not saying all males who consume this content are wrong, dirty, disgusting. I'm not here shaming people for consuming the content. I'm just saying. So she sends out a signal for these people to come to her account. And now they also have access to whatever she puts out on Instagram. They also have access to her children now. They now know what their children look like, what their names are, stuff like that. So I'm going to take a pause here to let you know I do not encourage you to go look her up. And we are going to tip a toe into the world of OnlyFriends and Privet, an MLM that sells health and wellness that sells health and wellness products such as ketones, which you might have heard of. You know, you don't have to do the ketone diet. You can just take this magic potion and you're good to go. Pretty much what in this clip I'm going to show right here.
People keep asking me, does one drink really make you burn your own fat for energy? Did it really make you lose 55 pounds in 4 months? Did it really put you into ketosis in 50 minutes? I mean, you tell me. Because yes, it works. Stop trying to kill yourself, putting yourself into ketosis with a strict keto diet, because it could take someone a very long time to do that. And even if you do get into a strict keto diet, I mean, let's say ketosis within 4 days, guess what, Susan? If you stress about something, it's going to knock you straight out of ketosis. This keeps me in ketosis regardless. So 55 pounds, the energy is insane. Insane. Mm, mm, mm.
Circling back to her doing OnlyFriends, while we're not here to shame her for doing OnlyFriends or her man, I don't care. That's inconsequential to me. Inconsequential. I don't know. That's the butterfly. Thrifted that. They have these at Walmart all the time, and I just can't bring myself to actually buy one. And then I found this one, so thrifty win. So when I was first trying to put together some notes for this video, I thought the obvious, let me go look at her Instagram. And before I knew that she had an OnlyFriends, I felt like there was something more to what she was posting. She loves to show off her body, as she should. If I looked like that, I would too, and I can't wait to be confident enough to also take cute pics. I see no problem showing off what your mother gave you. I just think it was done in a way that led me to believe there is something else going on this Instagram page. And I was correct because I found she did OnlyFriends. It seems like they've taken various breaks from doing OnlyFriends according to Redditors, and I'm not saying that is fact. I'm just saying that is hearsay on Reddit. But I thought it was worth mentioning because I think it's possible she's simply on a break now. And I wonder if that has something to do with the ebb and flow of MLM. And I'm saying ebb and flow, that's giving MLM and your time in MLM a lot of credit, because it's going to be a lot of, oh, I hit my promotion, it's amazing. And the next month, oh, you have to do it all over again, but now you're fucking burnt out. And then, oh, I'm trying to get back there. Oh, and then I took a break. Oh, and then during those ebbs, is that when she is doing OnlyFriends. I love that my camera can charge and record at the same time. That's awesome. And this is not to shame her for posting pictures of her body often and at the angles, but it did lead me to believe that what's going on here, because it's more than just look at my cheeks in these jeans, you know? Yeah, killing it. I'm killing it. And I knew there had to be something else at play, and I was right. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I love to post a cute pic too. I like when my jeans look good too. But when I saw that she was also posting her children on this same account, and children who she shares with her husband, I'm not quite sure. Reddit says two different things, so I'm not sure there. But her man came into the picture with other children, so they have a blended family. And I cannot imagine being the mother of the children that her boyfriend brought in, or husband, and watching the 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 woman in my ex-man's new life post content like that on the same place where she posts my children. Like, it is one thing to do it on a whole other account that has nothing to do with the children. Hell, even combine it with Pruvit, because apparently Pruvit doesn't care either that she advertises both. Not in the same videos, not that I've seen. She's not advertising, spicy content and ketones in the same videos. I haven't seen that, but she does do it on the same page. If you scroll back down far enough, you see spicy adult content, funny couples content, content with her kids, Privet, like, sprinkled about, because you can't do it back to back to back. As every MLMer knows, you have to have filler posts. And what are children good for if not filler posts? Yeah, I'm calling every MLMer out. I know the game because I was in it and I felt the pressure, and I saw pretty much everyone who's in with kids do it. Actually, can't name one person who kept their kids offline. So when you have your clientele for your spicy account coming on to the place where you're advertising it, where you also share content about your children, what could be the motivation there? Now, I'm not trying to imply that she's putting her children in harm's way for nefarious reasons. What I'm guessing is happening is she is aware of what she's doing, that she's putting them in harm's way, but I think she's choosing not to think about that or acknowledge that because of the attention she gets online, the revenue that could still be coming in from OnlyFriends, and also if any of the people on her social media for some reason are buying Pruvit ketones from her. Now, she does videos where she's packing the products and sending them off. It's similar to what we saw Jessie Lee doing in a lot of her videos that other anti-MLMers were reacting to. It was a similar thing, and her cadence is the same. The way she talks is the same. It's not quite as intense as Jessie Lee, but it's a lot. It's fast moving. I can't keep up. It's quite overstimulating. I couldn't even make it through an entire live to find enough assets to pull for this video because it was too much. Like, I could not stand listening to that because it's too, like, you know how people say Cocomelon, the frames change too much? It's like 1, 2, 3 frame change and it's a different scene. It's kind of like that, and it's way too much. It's way too much going on. Too much begging for attention and interaction. I can't deal. And that's someone who's a YouTuber. Okay, am I a YouTuber? Do I take it serious enough to call myself a YouTuber? I don't know. I'm sitting here with an entire setup. I don't know how. YouTubers with kids do it. I don't know how because I get stuck in the weeds. By the time I can pull my brains together, I've got like an hour to make this shit happen, you know? So not only do these people have access to her since they've found her landing page, her Instagram with all her little links. Oh, that's not true. She has 3 different link trees. She has one on YouTube that's different, one that someone posted in a Reddit page. I did not click on it, so I cannot verify if it's legit, but it's there, it's on Reddit. That's all I'm saying. And then there was one on her Instagram. So she has 3 different link trees. Well, they're not link trees, but you get the idea. I'm just calling them link trees because I can't remember what they're called. And if the second one, the one that I found on Reddit, is still active because you can click on it, why would it still be active if she's not still doing it? Is it sitting dormant so that her current clients can still send her money for her business? What's going on there? I also can't believe that Pruvit is okay with this. In my MLM, it works. We were a Christian company. We were built on faith. We had a sisterhood, a tribe, if you will. And I cannot even, if anybody, I know if anybody was posting that kind of stuff, advertising on OnlyFriends or anything similar, and it works on the same page, that's like an easy instant report. Somebody's reporting you to compliance immediately. Like you're getting shut down. And it's not your business. So they can shut it down for any reason. It doesn't have to be that one. My old company would not have allowed that. I'm shocked that Pruvit still lets her keep at it. Something I thought was really funny because she claims to be really crunchy.
I'm a very crunchy mom. If we can do it naturally, I want to do it naturally. So,
And I was crunchy. I wouldn't say really crunchy, but I'm still crunchier than her, I'd say. And I have since not really identified with being considered crunchy. I kind of walked away from that. It's amazing what letting go of the fear mongering and guilt can do. I'm still not doing dyes. I'm still staying away from fragrances because they're just a personal thing. Sensitive skin, all up in this bitch. And dyes make me feel crazy. So we're not doing those either. But when I think of crunchy, I don't think of a mom purchasing multiple cars. One is really fucking big. There's a lot of emissions that comes from that. Posting adult content, putting their kids on the internet. Like, crunchy people are really into conspiracies. So putting your kids on the internet when you have a public facing account is really insane. Like, what are you doing? If you're really crunchy, you should know better. And she's hawking products, ultra processed potion powders that are packaged in plastic, that are packaged in little paper boxes. What about that is crunchy? Hello? It's crunchier to do the keto diet than to take ketones. Because she goes on to say in this video I'm going to show you that if she can do it naturally, she will. Just not if it's getting into ketosis, because you don't eat food, you silly goblin. You need a supplement. Lastly, she says something in this live video that she posted on YouTube that really works my nerves because there is something about crunchy people and their disbelief in modern medicine. And she says this.
how about you if you're watching this on the replay? The reason I'm going to go live about this is because I think that it can help a lot of moms. So if you're a mom, drop the word mom in the comments. If you have been following me for a while, then you know that I want to say about 6 months ago I had a febrile seizure, and so I really just want to talk about my views. Listen, how many of you guys relate to this? If you do, you can type relate in the comments. But I'm a very crunchy mom. If we can do it naturally, I want to do it naturally. So, you know, that's just who I am. And if you relate to that, then you're going to relate to this mindset that I'm about to talk about. So again, as you guys are hopping on, please say hello in the comments so that I can see that you were here and I can tell you thank you for hopping on. And as always, especially this live, please share this out. Type in the comments where it's shared so that I can enter you into the giveaway, but also so you can help some other moms out. So about 6 months ago, I'm gonna tell you this story because it's gonna shift a lot of different people's perspectives. I do not believe in medicine, and I don't know who relates to that. When I say medicine, like I don't believe in giving your child didn't believe in giving your child Tylenol every single time they felt like they were sick or throwing up or treating anything. You know, I just don't believe in treating the symptoms. I believe in treating the cause of what the problem is. And if you relate to that, again, type the word relate in the comments. But about 6 months ago, I had a febrile seizure, and this is
It's one thing to say that you like to treat the problem and not the symptoms, but when it comes to your children, I think and other people's children because you are a public figure on social media, why would you say it so carelessly? Let's let's try out some disclaimers. Well, and also, why is that the internet's information to have? Why do we need to know that about your kid? Like, why do we need to know everything about your life? But since she brought it up, I think it would have been better if she had had a little bit more tact when she said it and clarified and given disclaimers in the beginning and maybe even throughout if she's feeling froggy, that she is not a qualified anything. That this is not advice for your child. This is not advice for anyone. Her child had a bad reaction to a medication she gave, and she is not using it anymore. That would have been a lot less problematic and potentially a lot less dangerous to just be saying willy nilly on the internet. And I have a big problem with people using their children because she's packaging ketones in the order. So, yes, she is using her child's story as a filler while she does this live, casually packaging these ketones. We see right through it. We know the children are used for filler posts on the internet. We know you guys do that. We know you use your kids as content. It's so obvious. We know the game because a lot of us who talk about this, we're in MLM. We know how it goes. So I want to show you the video that introduced me to. Now, other creators like Aaron Bees and Julie Joe have covered her content in the past, and somehow I did not make the connection that this is the same person. So this is basically all new information to me when I found it on my FYP. So this was someone reacting to her video. I'm going to show you what I was able to find because she did try to take it down on all of her platforms, so I couldn't find the full video, but I'm going to give you a little sample of what you can expect on her pages. This is a rant about teachers on a power trip.
You've been watching my public school. I would like to know what your opinion is on this because I don't think that I'm in the wrong here. A lot of you guys, if you've been watching my past videos, you already know that I'm pulling my first grader out of school. I'm gonna let him finish out the school year and then we're gonna be doing unschool. If you want to watch more about what that is, there's a video on my profile. Now listen, there's two things that I'm not. I am not a homework mom. I'm not doing that shit. He's with you for 7 to 8 hours a day. Get that shit done in school. Time that he comes home, that's the time that we're spending together.
Teachers on a power trip? Or are you on a power trip? Your child isn't the first kid to go through homework. You're not changing the system by being a online. You're not making a difference. What do you think you're doing? Do I think homework is lame? Do I think there's a lot of problems in the public school system? Absolutely. I agree. Homework sucks, and I wish they could get stuff done in that time, but they can't. They're not sending it home so the teachers can have a power trip and a contest for who can send the most homework and make their parents do it and sign it. That's not what's going. Yeah, there are some teachers that suck ass. But typically that's not what's going on. You're not going to do homework with your kid. Okay, but you're going to do unschooling. What that just sounds lazy to me. Now, I understand that there is homeschooling, there's unschooling, and I get the reasoning for whatever kind of schooling you want to do for your kid. I think it is problematic in the way she says things because she says it so willy-nilly with no disclaimers and no protection for herself. She just says whatever and then acts like she's a victim, because I am going to show you guys what she says after this video ended up blowing up tons of responses to what she said from teachers. And she didn't like it. She didn't like it.
Together, not doing homework. Okay, so I'm not doing homework. Also, I'm pretty hard to get a hold of, and I don't think she likes that. But it's like really hard.
Why are you hard to get a hold of when you work from your phone? Right? Improve it. And in OnlyFriends. How are you hard to get a hold of if you're on your phone doing MLM stuff all the time? Content creation. How are you hard? Explain that one to me. Why are you hard to get a hold of? Why are you making it hard for the people watching after your kid to get a hold of you? Odd behavior, if you ask me. Counterintuitive, if you ask me.
To get a hold of me. So if you need me, call me. I'll answer the phone. Don't be texting me over some app. That's just not my thing. Okay. And so that's two things about me as a parent of a child who is currently in public school. Now, the other day, or a couple weeks ago, she sent home in his folder a piece of paper that had a signature side and a date side. And she told him, didn't say nothing to me, told him to tell me I needed to take his homework out of his folder every single night, sign and date this piece of paper, and send it back to her every single day. Now, listen, I took that piece of paper out and
The entitlement in her voice, like I get being pissed off, like doing, if you don't like doing homework with your kid or whatever, but if you're gonna do it when you're homeschooling, you have time for it. And you're gonna be doing it anyway when you're educating your kid. And depending on your state's requirements, you might want to make sure you're writing that shit down somewhere. Otherwise, that could get you in trouble. So you might want to get good and comfortable in documenting stuff for your child's education. Is it really so much to ask to go over homework with your kid, to help your kid do homework? Is that really such a big ask?
said, I'm not doing that, baby. That has no benefit to you at all. I have 4 kids, and I run a massive business.
There is something that I really can't stand about people. I think it's called triangulation, when the problem is the homework and the kid's there, and then she's pissed off at the teacher, but she's telling it to the kid in this way, but she's really pissed at the teacher because she's the one on a power trip. That's a weird way to respond to your kid about it. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is not your kid's issue. Why not just say, go ahead and take it back to your teacher, baby. It's going to be okay. Like, what?
Run a massive business through social media. I don't have time, literally.
Do you see how stupid that sounds? I run a massive business through social media. I don't have time. I don't have time for this, but I'm going to pull my kid out of public school. What? Magically find the time? If you're not used to being a stay-at-home mom and you have 4 kids, how are you going to find the time to do unschooling if you're actually going to give a fuck at all about your kid's education? It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense.
I put it on the counter. I haven't signed it. He said, no, mommy, I'm not going to get fuzzies if you don't sign it. I said, first of all, that's not going to happen. You're not going to get punished for something that I'm not doing. Okay. And so I just kind of shrugged it off, and I was going to.
Yeah, that would suck. The kid should not get fuzzies at school for her being difficult. So I'm going to show you guys her response to this whole mess going on social media over that video that she posted on TikTok. And she wasn't happy with it, and she posted some things on Facebook as well. One I'm going to show for you now, and then I'm going to show you the video of her responses to the drama. She says, if you don't jump to conclusions and ready to go to war over your babies, you don't deserve them. Protect your kids, even if you look a little crazy. And I'm assuming that this is about the drama on the internet that she started by putting her children's personal things out there. Here's a pro tip from someone who's not a pro. If you're going to put it on the internet, you have to be ready for all kinds of criticism to come your way. All kinds of scenarios you can't even imagine are going to come your way. You have to be ready for that. If you can't handle the criticism, if you can't handle anything nasty that's going to happen of what you're putting out there, do not put it out there. Keep it for yourself. Okay? It's okay to be selfish with your kid's identity online. Please. The fake outrage. It's just, honestly, just for attention. Like, I hate to be that guy who's saying this about her because of how she hears herself on the internet, blah, 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 but if ever there was a good example of someone who loves attention, it's. Now let's watch that response.
What's crazy is, like, some of these people in my comments, I'm willing to bet if you put even a quarter of your life on social media for people to see and judge.
A quarter of your life? This girl talks about spicy content, MLM stuff, weight loss, her children, tons of information about her children out there. Please do not go look for it. That is not why I'm making this video. I'm making this video as a lesson to other people who think they need to put their children on the internet for their filler posts for MLM or filler posts for their adult content, or posting them at all when they have a public facing account. This is a great lesson of why not to do that. But she's saying that like she's just posting a little bit. It might be a little bit to her, because obviously she's other stuff going on in her life than what we see. But that doesn't mean she isn't putting some of the heavy hitters out there. And I would say a lot of the heavy hitters. She even talks about not wanting to continue her life anymore on here. And she talks about, you put some of your life out there and the haters, you put it out there. You put it out there. You didn't think any negativity was going to come from that? You thought it was just going to be all support? No. No. People are calling you out. People are going to pick what you're saying apart. It's the internet. Welcome to the internet, where not everyone thinks you're amazing.
Could not imagine. The average person, even having one hate comment from anything, would lose their mind. Have most of these people in my comments that are not the ones who are like being genuine and asking questions or just sharing their honest opinion or whatever, but like the people who are being straight up douchebags and like just straight out angry at me, like could never. But it's fine. The first video I made was like, fucking attitude be getting me in trouble sometimes, bro. Like that first video was simply a portion of what's been happening, and it also was more of my emotion than anything, because I struggle with I was bullied in school, and so it's like it's really deep for me for my child to come home and tell me how he feels like he's being bullied, you know, by not just the other kids but the teacher, and then come to find out that like it really ain't my son being this disruptive like little that he's being made to made out to be. And it's just like it's frustrating, you know. And if you're on my TikTok, by the way, and you support me, all of your lovely supportive comments, I would love to see them. I know most people don't want the smoke, they don't want the heat. I get it. Y'all want to stay out of it. It's fine. But yeah.
So the original outro that I recorded for this video was so heinous that I decided to scrap it all together. And so shout out to you if you made it this far in the video. What did you guys think? If you like this video, give it a likesy poo. If you have commentary to share with the class, leave it down below. And if you super like this video, share it with your besties. And please make sure you're subscribed so you get to see all of my videos. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next one.